Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we're talking about skincare. While it may not have been a long time in just my upload history, but it actually has been a pretty long time since I have filmed and uploaded my most recent video talking about skincare, which was discussing me, my skin type, skincare that I had purchased from Peach and Lily and a couple other different brands that I was very excited to try in 2025. We're now 5 months into the year and I have been using a lot of the products for enough of an extended period of time for me to be able to give my thoughts on it. Skincare is one of those things that, especially in today's era of just super fast overconsumption, it really gets pushed to a dangerous level of oh, just try something new every other week. I don't know about anyone else, but my skin absolutely would die if I was reusing and using so many different products so close together. My skin really appreciates a schedule, a routine. And so I do like giving products time to vibe with each other. When I rotate things, I like having new things as well as within the routine products that I know are tried and true, that I am very aware of how they are with my face. And so today, let's just go in and talk about the products that I have been using. Should you feel so inclined, please go every subscribe, every like, and every tap of that notification bell is actually a boop on the snoot of one of my adorable kitties, so it is not a thankless task. And obviously, I would be grateful too, but I feel like cat incentive is never a bad thing. Don't we just want to boop the snoot? What is boop? Oh, this is the baby you boop. Oh. Boop. I got a whole bunch of shit right here, so let's just start with, honestly, the products that I have really positive things to say, to talk about, to mention, to bring to your insight. First of which being these two from Peach and Lily, and actually holding this, I can feel that it's got product left, but it's definitely getting on the lower point. This is the Power Calm Hydrating Gel Cleanser. Absolutely love this. I really enjoy a gel cleanser for my AM. I typically use something a bit deeper, a bit more exfoliating in the evening, which we will talk about. But if you are someone who has sensitive skin, I will definitely say this for the Peach and Lily products. If you have sensitive skin, you're sensitive to smells or products that feel really heavy, so many of their products, the ones that I have tried, are so light and refreshing. They don't feel heavy. This is just me and my skin, a little bit of lighting, my regular light, and I think it looks pretty fucking good. My family genetics may have gifted me with neurodivergence and mental illness, but I do have nice skin. This is definitely one that will be on my repurchase list. I do have a gel cleanser from Good Molecules that I have on my backup that's just part of my regular skincare rotation, so I won't be repurchasing this for a little bit, but you feel so clean, so fresh. It doesn't strip, it cleanses gently but fully. Again, if you are a gel cleanser junkie and that's the type that you like, would highly recommend this, along with the Glass Skin Refining Serum. Again, with the Peach and Lily products, they're just so light but also very effective. Translucent plus luminous. It really just gives you that dewy, healthy glow. I like the concept of glass skin. I like the concept of just fresh, but I especially like that concept from brands that the country of origin You know, I say what you will about Rhode Beauty, but I feel like I'm not going to be advocating for Hailey Bieber's glazed donut skin when that trend actually came from Korea and other countries like Japan and China. They've been doing it for a long ass time, long before Hailey Bieber. And again, just so lightweight, so fresh. I don't think they even, yeah, these products like don't even have a scent. As I was using a lot of them, I was just like, this is going to be so great for people whose skin is sensitive, for people who don't react well to products that are heavier or more abrasive. These things are very gentle, but they produce really nice, healthy results. Next, one that I enjoy, but is not one that's going to be in my repurchase rotation because I don't find that it does any better or matches up to the Tatcha. One of my end-all be-all holy grail cleansers is the Rice Polish Deep from Tatcha. This is the Glass Skin Face Polisher, another rice-based powder plus enzymes. This is my PM cleanser. I also have from Good Molecules on backup. I've got the Pineapple Exfoliating Powder, which I find works just as well as this, if not maybe a titchy bit better. I have enjoyed this. My skin responds pretty well to this sort of cleansing, something a little bit gently exfoliating without like being crazy, so that I can extra exfoliate. I used to do it every 2 to 3 days, and now it's more like once a week, or when I feel my skin needs a little bit of a pick me up, a little bit of a pep in my skin step. And while this is nice and it does do what I like this kind of cleanser to do, it just hasn't done enough for me to be like, yeah, this is one that's going to be on the rotation block. Another one that I really, really, really enjoy is the Glass Skin Water Gel Moisturizer. Again, this is so clean and so fresh and so dewy and hydrating. I feel like my my PM's real good too, but I feel like my AM skincare game is just really on its game with a lot of these products. This is one that will definitely be in a moisturizer rotation repurchase at some point. I have a couple moisturizers that I do know and love that I have already existing within my skincare. So this is something that I probably wouldn't think about repurchasing until like the winter time, maybe with Christmas money. But it, like I keep saying, if you have sensitive skin, if you want something that's light, refreshing, not heavy, but produces such a wonderfully clean and fresh complexion. I was really excited to try a lot of the Peach and Lily products in combination together, as well as with other of just my everyday holy grails, because yeah, it's great if it works with all of the new products, but I also want it to be able to work with the things that I already know and love. Like if this can't hold hands with my favorite cleansers and my favorite serums, and it just needs to be by itself and other Peach and Lily products, it's maybe not as good as one that does go well with everything else. Like I was always say, if I'm trying a new foundation and it doesn't work with the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer, it's just not going to be for me. It's a no for me, dog. But again, that water to gel to whatever, just absolutely beautiful. Delivers moisture while still being light and fresh and dewy and plump on my skin. One product that was a little bit, I am going to be trying this one out, and I'll probably have more to say about it when I'm finally done with it and I talk about it in Empties video. This is the Good Acids Pore Toner, which is a fairly, Peach and Lily, while being like less expensive than Tatcha, it's still not what I would consider people's ideas of affordable. I feel in today's economy is pretty skewed. And this says that it gently exfoliates plus balances. When I started using this, I ran out of my hormonal birth control that I'm on. And I was like, is this not working? Is this whatever? I wasn't seeing really any results like I do in a exfoliating or clarifying toner. Like I have the one from Good Molecules, from Pixie that I really like, ones that I know what the results look like and feel like on me. And this just wasn't doing it at the time, although as time progressed and I got back on the hormonal birth control, that had my skin was just, it took like 3 weeks for me to come back from the step back from my skin being off of those hormones. So definitely take into consideration other things other than your skincare products when it comes to the health of your complexion. So I am going to pull this out and use it a bit more. I wasn't seeing results while I was using it, but I'm not entirely sure if that was because of my hormonal imbalance with being off the birth control, or if this product is simply something that I wasn't using, wasn't working for me. Very pretty. Very nice, and it's nice, pretty bottle, but I will try it again. I also found that it just, like, as I was using it, I typically use half of a cotton round. Like, I'll peel a cotton round apart because I don't want so much product filling up the cotton and not then dispersing onto my skin. I found that even with that, it was being used a lot, and I like my skincare products, especially when they cost more than, this was probably in the $40 range. I like it to last a certain, at least get 2 months out of this. And I found it was just getting used up real quick. So this is sort of I didn't really find any results that made me remark on it, but that could be due to certain circumstances while I was using it. Gonna pull it into the rotation. I'm using another toner that I've got really great things to say about. And so we'll see how this one does whilst now being back on the birth control. Then a product where a little bit goes a very long way. This is the Wild Dew Treatment Essence. It's like a teeny tiny little bit thicker than water, and you really just need just a couple shakes and then just pat, 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 pat. Again, a really, really nice layer of hydration that doesn't feels like you're adding a layer of product to your face. As I keep saying, one of my favorite things about the Peach and Lily is simply how clean and fresh and safe it all feels while also providing results. You just don't feel like you're putting heavy things on. And while we get even more into the heat and the weather and the awfulness that is Virginia during the summer, I think I'm really, really going to be enjoying these even more because it just feels like my skin is thriving when I'm using these things. The gel cleanser, the serum, the moisturizer, just all of these are really great products that I know are going to be things that I will want to have as options in a rotation for things that I know work well with each other, as well as work well with things that I already have and know and love. And this is just real great if you just want a little bit of extra something. I find that when I use this, I can use it with on its own. I've used it layer of this, layer of serum, layer of moisturizer. I've used just this and then moisturizer. This is really one of those things that I think is a great option for people who, again, want something that's hydrating, but not going to be heavy. This is just real lightweight, but still adds that just nice layer of freshness to your skin. Like I said, my AM routine is really just taking one for the team for me. It's doing the most. Last two Peach and Lily products. This right here, the Rice Dough Smoothing Facial Scrub, Rice Complex plus Konjac. This is so great. I love this. It's basically the consistency of, like, if you've ever had hot cream of rice or cream of wheat cereal. this is exactly what it feels like. One thing I love about this is you can use it on its own, just straight out of the jar onto dry skin. You can use it that way, but then you can also, if you want it to be less intense of an exfoliator, you just add a little water, you just dilute it a little bit. And this is one, when I first started using it, I was like, oh, mustn't use too much, mustn't what I'm gonna run out of it real quick. I've been, like I said, I exfoliate nowhere near as much as I used to. If I do it like once a week, that's probably impressive for me. Sometimes if I've got an event, I typically only exfoliate at night, and if I want my skin to be extra fresh and extra supple and extra ready for all the skincare I'm gonna do the next day, I will exfoliate. And this is just a really nice, gentle, this really just is, if you like exfoliating, but you also like exfoliating with something that is a bit gentler. I will say with all the Peach and Lily products, they are gentle in the sense of not being harsh with fragrance, not feeling harsh or stripping on the skin, but they've also really proven to be very effective while also being very skin sensitive and skin nourishing. It really does work towards creating and maintaining a healthy biome. You don't feel like you're taking away from your skin. You're just improving it and helping it, healing it, and nourishing it. I love my exfoliators, and this is definitely one that will be on that repurposed track. And then one that just kind of, this one is probably going to be one that I will not repurchase. I've kind of set it aside for a bit. I've used a good amount of it because it was pretty full to the top. This is the Ultra Plush Rich Cream, which I was hoping would be a replacement for my Dewy Skin Cream, which is like, I think, a $78 moisturizer, which is one of my end-all, be-all, holy grail moisturizers. I don't like willy-nilly advocating for super overpriced bougie skincare. Results matter more than the brand. And this kind of has that same thicker texture, but it hasn't done anything that amazes me. And it's also, I mean, of course, on my hand, it doesn't do it. But when I'm applying it to my face, it doesn't, it's like you put it on and it creates this like white cast that you then have to work really hard to get it to like fully absorb. Like right there, it looks great and wonderful and fantastic. But when I'm doing it as a step in my routine, it just doesn't wow me. It's not something that I've used at night where I'm like, wow, I can see the results. As a step in my routine, I don't know if it's just me or are there other creams. I get frustrated with ones that, like, I was using an eye cream that just didn't really blend into my skin. I don't know if that's the way it's supposed to be, if I'm using it wrong. It said it's supposed to be rehab for dry skin, the hydrolipid barrier, essential fatty acids, and dryness, and moisturizing factors. I don't know. It's a moisturizer. I'm going to do my best to use it up. While it didn't do anything amazing to my skin, clearly my face isn't falling off. And if I'm going to pay money for something and it works, even if it's not amazing, by God, I'm going to fucking use it. But this isn't one of the products that I saw results and felt like was a step in my routine that was really either improved or just boosted by it. This is definitely not a replacement for my Dewy Skin Cream, and I don't think it's even a moisturizer that it just didn't vibe with me on a whole level. All right, just a few more things. This one is kind of silly. Well, all right. This is a Bliss Watermelon Replenishing Toner. I have a lot of success with Bliss products. A couple of their moisturizers, their exfoliator, one of their exfoliators is what I consider to be the superior, extremely less expensive version of the Dr. Brandt microdermabrasion. I would so recommend the Bliss one better. And I really do enjoy this toner. This is a really nice toner, part of my AM routine, which clearly is doing me all sorts of favors. However, this has got the most annoying, this is one of those things that you're supposed to like put your cotton pad on it and squeegee, 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 squeegee and push down, and it just gets everywhere. Just give me a bottle and I'll put it in. I don't know if this is like, I guess it's for an attempt to be more practical, have practical application, but I find that it's not actually very nice or user-friendly. I'm doing this and it's squirting out from underneath and all the whatever in places. And I guess I could, take this off and I guess I could do it that way, but just, I really like the toner. It's a nice AM one. It feels very clean, very fresh, but I just don't know if I would want to go through the annoying and the obnoxiousness of having this. I suppose I could buy it and put it into something else, but then I'm like, why am I buying something just to put it in something else? Is the product good enough on its own for me to merit that sort of headache? I do really like it. I'm going to use it up until the last little bit is used up. It's worked really nice for me. I have other toners. I have a fair amount of toners that I really, really like that work very well for my skin. So I don't feel like I need to add one in. This is pretty affordable. I think it was probably like $15. So I guess we'll just have to see. Like I said, I've got other toners that just, oh God, and it leaks everywhere. So I just find this is a nice product, just not in very user-friendly or very leaking everywhere. Very practical, frustrating, obnoxious, difficult to travel with packaging. This toner, however, from The Ordinary, which is a brand that I've wanted to try for a real long time. You hear a lot of good things about their products. They also have a lot of affordability. I also appreciate that in some of their products, they have the smaller size or the bigger size, which is great because you want to try it out. You want to see how it is. And if you have the big giant Costco size and it doesn't work out for you, well, that sucks for everybody involved. This is the glycolic acid 7% exfoliating toner. I also like that on their packaging, they're like, is this an AM or is this a PM? This is a strictly PM, which is fine for me. I only tone exfoliating wise in the PM, and this is just really nice. I think it is one of the, harsher isn't the right word, it is one of the more powerful exfoliating toners that I have. I like me a good glycolic acid toner right here. Good Molecules, one of the end-all be-alls of my skincare routine. And I find that with how much I like this one and with cost, I also like the fact that it's a bring it up like that, and then you just under your little cotton pad and you're good to go. For the price point, for how effective this is, for what it does to my skin, I will definitely be looking into. This is one that, say, come December, that I would be like, okay, for the next 2026, what skincare do I want to have on hand for the year? I would be interested in getting the bigger size of this. Like I said, it is definitely a bit more powerful than the one from Good Molecules or the one I use from Pixi or the one that I used to use from e.l.f. before they broke my heart and discontinued it. That was the best toner in the whole fucking world. Like, that was my introduction into toners into my skincare routine. My skin has never been better since, and it just breaks my heart that it no longer exists. But this one does, and I find that it's really, really good, really nice. I like the results. Definitely something to only use in the evening, but creates a really nice, smoothed out canvas for everything else in the AM. 2 eye creams, which I have not I don't have a lot of experience with eye cream, so it's hard for me to kind of ascertain and discern what is providing results. This is the ITK. I got quite a few products from this brand in that video. The Day Plus Night Eye Cream Duo, which you have it, you pull it up like that. Absolutely, absolutely hate this PM one. It is thick, it is goopy, it doesn't blend nicely into the skin. I probably wasn't even using it more than like, God, a week and a half max, and I just said, I can't. But the AM right here, while I will not be repurchasing this duo at all because there's no point in me repurchasing a duo where I despise half of it, this one here is a really nice, just gel, caffeine-filled, plumping, hydrating moisturizer. I don't like it more than my e.l.f. Holy Hydration Eye Cream. That's the one eye cream that I can say that when I use it, I really like the results and I can see what it does for my complexion in the eye area. If this is something that you use and you really like and enjoy, especially the nighttime, let me know how you use it because I just found it was really thick, and like I said, it couldn't really blend in. It really just kind of sat on my skin. I do like and enjoy the hydrating side, but it's just kind of like, there are other ones that I'm clearly gonna buy again, like the Holy Hydration one. I think I actually might have a Holy Hydration one, but for this to be half of it not up my alley at all, it's just kind of like a miss on a whole, because even liking half of the product as an okay eye serum, eye cream, whatever, it's just not worth it on a whole for me. And I think I had a gift card for Christmas when I bought this. This is the Tatcha, the brightening eye cream. Now I will say that when it comes to eye creams, they can tend to be more expensive, and I can kind of understand and be a little bit more lenient that way because you use such a small amount. I've been using this for quite a while now, and there is still a crap ton of product in here because you just a titty bit, and I put it like all up in here and all around up in there and everything. I'm not being gentle with this, and you have so much product. I wish anytime I'm going to do an eye cream, I'm going to try my hardest. Like if they have a small size, I want the small size, because if you just use such small amount, and if it doesn't work and you've got this big old giant pot of fucking eye cream, what are you gonna do? This will be really interesting to see. I use this in the AM and the PM currently. Like I said, my routine is pretty good. This is just me freshly skincared. I've got a little bit of Fenty something something on my lips, but nothing on here but eyebrows. As I've said, I really like a lot of Tatcha products. Usually I try really hard to finish something up before I bring something new into my routine, although this might be something simply because there is so much in there that I bring in another eye product so that I can kind of see and compare and contrast, because like I said, I don't have a huge amount of experience with eye skincare products. I just don't have as many thoughts and as many knowing what it does. I think I look pretty good. I think it does some nice things for my skin. I'm sorry that I can't be more specific about it because, again, I just don't have as much knowledge even when it comes to my own under eyes. This is for brightening and dark circle reduction. It's got vitamin C, niacinamide, 12-hour time release, whatever the fuck that means. But for a nearly 35-year-old, I think I look pretty good. Again, can't tell if this is going to be a repurchase or not, simply because while it does nice things right now, maybe I'll bring the Holy Hydration and kind of compare and contrast to be like, is this even doing anything that's more or comparable to the fucking e.l.f. one? Then last but not least is this Marc Jacobs Youthquake. This is a Hydra Full Retexturizing Gel Cream. I have used a lot of this. I really enjoy this. I don't think this is a enjoy to the point of a repurchase. It's very light. Again, like I said, I really, really enjoy the lighter gel products, especially in my AM routine. If I'm going to have anything heavier, it's going to be at night. It's got a slight little like almost banana pineapple-y, like it's not harsh or offensive. It's just kind of there and I like it. I'm using it as a AM moisturizer. I just don't think it does anything more and extra for me. Like I would say the Peach and Lily one, that gel moisturizer, amazing, fantastic. Especially if in compared to this, well, this is nice. If I'm going to buy a 40 plus gel moisturizer, it's going to be the Peach and Lily and not this one. And while this is nice, I think this is also very light on the skin, very non-irritating. It's something that doesn't feel heavy. It doesn't feel like it's clogging my pores or feeling like it's dragging down on my skin like I'm wearing a thick product. I just don't think that it's so amazing or stand out that it's something that I would think to repurchase if I'm going through and being like, all right, what am I going to repurchase? Again, coming to my mind is going to be the Peach and Lily and just quite a few others that I have in my known rotation that I know and like. All right, if you have made it this far, give yourself 2 giant gold fucking stars. You deserve it for listening to me talk about skincare for nearly 40 minutes. I find this funny as I'm like, I need to make shorter content because that does better on YouTube because long form content is dead unless you're really, really good at long form content. Me sitting here talking about skincare isn't exactly revolutionary, but I hope you did enjoy regardless. Thank you all so much for watching. I love you. And as always, keep it real. Mwah.